We're battling against time and a demon baby pope this week on the Hapless Heroes.
Didn't really have a dick per se.
That's a yes, baby.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Hapless Heroes podcast. My name is Dave, and I will be your host and dungeon master for this evening. And of course, I will start this evening the same way I start all of them, by introing our cast. I'm going to start from my eeny, meeny, miny left with Mike as Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind.
I'm here, and I'm ready to fight.
To his left, we have Nicole as Boris the Butcher.
I'm ready to stab.
To her left, we have Zach as Peridot Lincolnwoods.
Swakadulai, I got a samurai sword.
Do I? I don't know. Scimitar?
It's not a samurai sword,
sword.
but it's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Let's just roll with it.
Hand in a jar, I've got a scimitar.
Yeah, that's good. I like that one.
And two.
We'll keep both.
To his left, we have John as Lord Jarrell the Light.
How many seconds has it been?
And to his left, we have Francesco as the fabulous Felix Fizzlebottom.
Don't worry, I have a plan.
We last left off in combat that we will now be re-entering, restarting, starting at the top of initiative. There we go. That's better words.
That's better words.
Just as a recap, our initiative order is Felix, Jarrell, Peridot.
So.
Nope. I'm sorry. That's not the order. That's where I wrote it down. It's Felix, Quinn, enemies, Jarrell, Boris, and Peridot.
I'm an enemy now. I'm under the enemy
Peridot
list.
turned on us.
I'm
The
neutral
first possible
evil
time.
now.
Son of a
Grr.
bitch.
Rough.
Yes.
Just random
And
heel turn.
yep.
All right.
So at the end of Peridot's turn, we begin back with Felix. Now, do we need to
Let's get
recap state of play?
Let's just get a brief. I mean, I remember. Okay, so like
I
we're
still
all
have my spirit guardians going. Oh,
Yep.
So didn't that we just knocked it down to 1 hit point, and it's in my spirit guardians? Does it have to save because it just re-entered the
Oh
spirit
yeah,
guardians?
Death Ward. It's right. So this thing did just use its Death Ward. It has entered the area of the Spirit Guardians. It was already in it.
Yeah.
I totally think that Saint Cuthbert and Joseph the Just and my dad would kick its ass when it
But
came
if-
back with 1 health point left.
It did come back, but it was already in the space.
hmm
So it would be at the start of its turn.
But doesn't that just go from like living thing to rock to living thing?
But that rock never left the space.
But it's not the same thing. It's a
It's
corpse.
still the same thing.
Yeah.
I think you just want the glory for defeating it, and
Yeah.
I'm about to steal it, is what's about to happen there. Well, at least for this thing. Don't worry, there's plenty of fighting to do. I doubt that this is the last thing that we're fighting. Okay,
No.
Jarrell? Like,
Oh
it's
no,
fine.
I know. I'm mostly worried about running away from this tower.
So, okay, what I also recall is that I had sent my my little ghouls towards the different bombs to hopefully just kind of act like as a meat shield for us in case we can't get away in time. But while they're over there, I'm going to try to Eldritch Blast this thing because it stood back up, and I don't want to wait till Jarrell's turn to do something about that. I'm going to seize the initiative, as they say. And just in case somehow the first 3 bolts will miss, I'm going to fire all 4 at the demon baby pope. Because that's what you do. When something resurrects itself, you just keep shooting it until it dies again.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm glad I rolled all 4. So why don't we start with the good numbers first, yeah? Let's start with those. Let's start with those. And
I like
then-
how this
and
is
then-
being couched here.
So I rolled a 29,
Yes, you did.
a 19,
Of course.
a 16,
Of course. And
and a nat 1.
of course you did. Because
Boo.
this wouldn't be a story otherwise.
Mm-hmm. 3 of those bolts, I think, are right on target.
They are right on target and they do impact.
Wonderful.
And they hit Demon Baby Pope.
Yeah, for a lot of damage. Literally 2 points shy of max damage.
Yes.
So I got a 10, a 9, and a 9 on the
I
die.
think I only
Each
had
plus
one
5.
health point left.
28, so 38 force damage.
Yep.
I don't care. I'm giving the number anyways. You can
Just
roll out
like-
your fucking dice.
And
Them's fighting words.
the 3 bolts impact the thought of Vecna directly in the center of mass. Demon Baby Pope is knocked backwards the requisite amount of whatever and falls limply to the ground. I will read just a small excerpt from one of the rules that may come up. When the thought of Vecna is reduced to 0 hit points, it is unconscious but does not die.
Cool.
Does that mean can not die?
No,
It
it just
does
says,
not.
It
There are
does
other
not.
things that happen at an unspecified time, but that's not the part of this rule that's getting read out loud.
Is the dome still above us?
Yes, it is.
Okay. What happens to the 4th bolt? I feel like we should at least address
Yeah.
that because I did roll a nat 1 and you are the DM, and so
You're right. It does. And it's going to fly off pretty wildly. And I need. What do I need? I want a D6 to tell me some things.
I'm switching to all my warlock themed dice here with the d20s that make me think of magic.
The D10. Ooh, and that tells me some things.
Does it? Does it tell
Yeah.
you good things like non-friendly fire things?
Tells me interesting things, and a D20 that tells me, ooh, some very interesting things. Okay. So the bolt flies off towards the bomb that is furthest to the right
Okay.
and impacts the bomb
Uh-huh.
and sends some sparks a-flying.
Uh-huh.
Jarrell turns to Felix. What if I were to banish that creature out of here?
No. Yeah, sure. Try that. And I'm
How
gonna...
do we get rid of the dome?
Hold on. It's, hey, Gould buddies, all of you need to hop over to that bomb I just accidentally shot. Like pronto, post haste. There's
The
probably
body
like a-
of the thought of Vecna begins to rapidly decompose.
Oh, okay.
rapidly decompose. Wait. After no intervention or after he casts banishment?
After no intervention, because the
After no
banishment
intervention.
I didn't consider as being a final
No,
thing.
I
yet,
hadn't
just
done it
something
yet.
that wouldn't been
Is this
discussed.
also still like I'm not sure if we're still in initiative? It's still my turn.
You are still in
Um,
initiative. It is
okay.
still currently your turn right now, and you're going to send those things off.
I'm gonna send all 3 of the ones that I raised to the sparking omnibomb.
Yeah.
Because I did, accidentally hit it with a Eldritch Blast, just to kind of, again, meet shield.
I think the explosions are a bit beyond meat
That's a good
shield
point.
level.
Do I tell them to eat the decomposing remains of the thought of Vecna?
No, Jarrell will just keep hitting it.
Gross.
Okay, good luck. It's the end of my turn.
All right. So that is the end of Felix's turn. We would be moving on to Quinn.
Gotta try to get rid of the dome somehow so we can run away from these bombs.
Sure. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna take my action to investigate.
Sure. What are we investigating?
So I'm looking for. Well, I guess like this is a magical thing, right? So, I mean, like I guess I'd be looking for a device to see if maybe it's not magical. I don't know. I really don't know. Let me think through this for a second.
Are you good at Arcana checks?
Let me see if my bardness helps with that in any way. I guess I'm not terrible at them. I can attempt. Yeah, I guess I could attempt something.
Right.
Let me see if I can kind of use my limited knowledge of magic, because I have gained some magic based on using magic. So my Arcana score is kind of a little bit higher than it was. To see if I can figure out like why this or where this dome is like coming from. It's a 15.
15. Sort of looking closer, you can see the edges of the spell are starting to fray. It's just a very complex spell, so it hasn't quite fallen apart yet. But it looks like whoever casted it is no longer sustaining it. It
So it's
just
definitely-
hasn't quite gone yet.
So it's got to be tied to the thought of Vecna in some way, but again, because it seems to be like constantly regenerating itself, we need to find a way to permanently
Or maybe just run.
disable it.
Maybe
We
it's
can't
already
run.
dead.
We're stuck in here.
But maybe it's right. I think
Yeah,
Dave
like I
is
say,
saying,
it's starting to come apart at the edges a little
right.
bit.
It just didn't instantly disappear. It's multi-layered, so it's just peeling apart and falling away.
Okay.
His investigation, his Arcana investigation determined that.
Okay.
I know I used Bardic Inspiration on Jarrell and Paradil, but I think I held on. I was going to give one to Boris, but then I stopped, right? So I still have 2 left, but I think I'm still going to hold on to them. I don't think there's a lot that he can help and do. I think like I wasted kind of my action doing the Arcana check. I think I should have just
Run.
Run towards the. Well,
Yeah,
you can
run.
still move. You run towards the barrier.
No, I know.
Run.
All right, let me do that. I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna run toward the dome, like run toward like a
Yeah,
spot in the dome that like maybe I notice is a little bit weaker looking.
Yeah, I mean, it's just any of the edges, like you can see it at the ground and at the edges of where it's impacting the building are starting to come apart. So, you give it time, this thing's gonna go. I don't know how much time. But, which direction of away are you looking to go?
Like I'm trying to think of like where we're at. So
because we have them
So-
on either side.
yeah.
Yes. You are on the west side of this tower, having come in at a pretty much straight road, although things sort of open up to a plaza around the tower itself. You have your 3 bombs kind of spaced equally, maybe about 150 feet away from each other, sort of over the course of 300 feet across the front of this tower here.
Right around the
But
tower.
if you were to set straight back down the street, that's probably your most direct away.
Yeah, I'm gonna just stay on the path that we came in on, and just
Good.
go that direction.
All right.
I'm gonna
and I
shout back
have
to the rest of the
Quinn
group.
sort of near the center, so you would be kind of running in a center towards, down the street.
Yeah. And then I shout to the rest. I was like, "It's starting to weaken. We must go."
That seems. Yeah, I was gonna say that makes sense. All right. Well, I guess on my next turn, I'll try to follow you.
Yes.
And I think that's it.
Okay.
Dash. Right? I can do that. Yeah.
No.
No,
well,
I can't.
you
No, I
took your
can't.
action. Yeah.
No, I. Yep. You're right.
Yeah, you don't have cunning action because you're not.
Well, I have action surge, but that's not what I'm going to use it for.
Fantastic. We get to the enemy's turn, and we get to the next part of that rule. It is unconscious but does not die. Instead, its body rapidly decomposes, and at the start of its next turn, the thought of Vecna becomes a cleaver gaunt with full hit points.
Oh, I forgot about that. Fuck.
Oh. Fucking hell. I forgot. Yeah. I
Boo.
forgot about that.
Now
Boo the GM.
it's in my
Boo.
spirit guardian.
Can you remind me? Can you remind me what a cleaver gaunt looks like, or
Yes,
how it
so
acts?
let's get into it. It is about, and
Ugly.
let's sort of describe what happens as this thing comes up, because I read the rule, but we didn't really sort of describe the scene as the remains of the thought of Vecna and some other remains of just things from around here sort of start to pull themselves together, bones sort of jerking towards each other, knitting together with the little pieces of tendon and other loose muscle that might have been attached to them, almost reaching out like little tendrils to grab the other bones. The knee bone connecting to the shin bone, as it were, but in a very grotesque sort of way. Things are kind of getting snappy and jerky, sort of like the cinematography in a Tool music video as this thing rises up. A much different set of dimensions from what was left over from the admittedly very tiny thought of Vecna to something that stands about 7.5 feet tall, with arms that continue to reach all the way down to the ground, big long blades at the end of them. But otherwise, this looks mostly like decomposed chunks of corpse sort of slapped together into
With
this.
knives.
Yeah, with yes, gigantic bone cleavers at the end of its 2 limbs.
I always picture something like out of Alien.
Yeah, kind of. That's kind of what I'm picturing
There's
too.
a little
Yeah.
bit of that. It's sort of that, and a little bit like a very sloppy but very skinny, like almost the
Like
frame
stilty.
of
Yeah, like stilty
Frankenstein's
type.
monster without
Yeah.
any of the beef and bulk really put onto it.
Right.
Like everything below the chest is sort of just an open abdomen. You can see the top of the hip bones and stuff as it's just like the spine going down by that point. It's nasty. It's just dripping gore and awfulness. And it's
Undead,
sort of
but more stabby.
yeah, rears back its, you would say face, but it lacks a lower jaw and still lets out this gurgling, unholy screech. A kind of thing, like Murlocs, but actually
Yeah,
awful.
but awful. But like more awful than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that sound.
It's a pretty good
Does
sound,
it have
Dave.
to make the save against my Spirit Guardians or no?
It does. Is it entering the spell's effect for the first time, or if it starts its turn there, right? Or no, ends its turn there.
Yeah,
If it
so
starts-
we'll deal with it at the end of its turn.
It is when it first starts. If it
is
enters
its-
or ends its turn.
Enters or ends its turn. It's one of those conditions.
Okay. So both or one of?
Just. I think. Well,
I think it's going to be a matter of whether you would consider it to have already been in the area the whole time, or if this is now a separate creature that is now entering the area.
it says
for the first
undesignated creature start turn or enters. It's the start of the turn
Start
Okay,
of
not
its
the end of
turn.
turn.
or
Okay,
when
so-
it enters.
Okay, so now this would be
Yes.
where it triggers then.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it triggers here. And what are we looking for?
DC
Wisdom
19.
DC 19,
Wisdom.
we're talking a wisdom saving throw. All right.
Come on, how could Stabby Bones be wise?
And we have an extra 18 on the die, plus 1 is
Oh.
19.
Oh, okay.
Plus one.
Matches.
Yes.
Well, unfortunate.
So you take half damage
Takes half damage. Okay. Let's
of 14 to 7.
7 radiant.
Okay. Okay, and it takes that damage from the Spirit Guardians. And it kind of crouches down a little bit, sweeps its head back and forth, looks around, and then roll a little die here to make a decision for me. Begins to charge at we're gonna go with yeah, it's actually gonna come right at you, Jarrell.
Okay.
What does it look like when it's coming at Jarrell?
4 attacks with the cleavers. So
All creepy.
it's crouched a little bit, so it's digging these 2 bone claws into the ground to propel it forward along with its back legs, sort of coming
Does it
at
drool at all?
like dog. I wouldn't say drool, as like I said, it lacks that lower jaw, but there's nastiness dripping from everyone. I would say there's a little bit extra dripping from the lower head face area. A little bit of
Head
slobbering.
face area.
Yeah.
Like
But,
as if like there was like a tongue hanging out because there's no jaw to support it. It's just kind of
Yeah.
like just flapping there. Yeah.
We'll make some attacks. It's going to be 4 attacks with the cleavers against Jarrell. 1, 2, let's see, a 20 and a 25 against armor
25
class.
does.
All right. And then we've got a 19 plus 10, that's a 29, and a 15 against AC. So 2 hits and 2
29
knocks.
does. The 15 does not.
Yeah, that's 30 slashing damage total.
Okay.
That is the end of its turn. Also, at the end of this turn, you see the shield start to fade just a little bit more. It's definitely starting to come up. There's almost maybe about a foot space at the bottom where you could probably slide underneath it at this point.
Okay.
And that is the end of enemies and beginning of Jarrell.
Well, I don't want it to just hit me as I run away from it. I was thinking about just making a run for it. Just to try to, because the explosion's going to take it out anyway. But I will do 2 hits. First one is a 5 on the die, so 20.
All right, yeah, that hits.
And then, so the next one's going to be a hit 2 at 26.
Yes.
Let's see. These things are kind of beefy. I'll do a second level Divine
beefy.
Smite. I'm kind of running out of these. I don't want to use them all. Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, right. You already get like the improved Divine Smite on these hits anyways without even using any spell slots. So
Yeah, but I mean, it's just me and Paradol fighting this thing right now.
how
How far are you away from it? You're close enough.
I can
You can
fire.
hit it too.
I can fire things.
Dead.
I got a 120-foot range on these Eldritch Blasts, baby.
I'm sorry. I thought everybody was way far ahead of us for some reason.
I'm only 10 feet away, too.
Yeah, most
Okay,
people
good.
haven't even gotten a turn to start running yet.
God, I'm insulted.
I'm sorry. I'll just do a regular. Well, I'm gonna do a second level Divine Smite. So that's 3d8 plus, so it's 4d8, 45 radiant damage, and 24 slashing.
All right. So it takes all of those. You can also see that its skin is sizzling just a little bit now as you've hit it with the radiant damage.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. All right. So that is done. That is the end of your turn. Are you doing any moving or anything?
I'm currently
Is
engaged
that you
with it,
just-
so I don't want to
yeah.
trigger it.
Okay. So we'll just stay closer to the tower then. All right. Boris, we have moved on to your turn.
All right, well, since Jarrell's currently up in its face, and I will definitely shock it by throwing a dagger at it. It's very surprising when Boris does that.
Yes,
Boris
it's surprised. It's like a sneak attack of some kind.
Boris is going to throw a dagger. Oh, that's not awesome. Oh, that'll be fine. 25.
25 does hit.
Excellent.
Oh, it's not awesome, she says. It's only a 25, she says.
My plus to hit is really good. The roll itself wasn't great.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
41. Piercing.
41 piercing. And that's magical piercing, right?
It is magical piercing.
Okay. All right, it takes that. Okay.
And then
It's taken.
we book it, because I'm still on my magic fancy crab man. So
Okay.
we're going to be running. So Hector's going to dash. And I
Okay.
think we determined last time, right?
Right.
He can
Yep,
do
he
so.
moves on his own, right?
Yeah. And so his dash would be 120 feet, because his move speed
120
is 60.
feet.
If the bubble's big enough for that, right?
You fly past Quinn.
Yeah,
Zoom.
but in the same
So
direction, just
120
running, like,
feet.
away from
If
this-
you're getting towards it, 120 feet is going to take you just about to the edge, which is good because the edge hasn't quite gotten quite high enough up enough for you to get under without Hector doing an incredible slide move and you doing some Matrix shit. But
I mean,
you
we
don't
could
quite
do
get to
that.
there by the end of your time anyway. So hopefully by the time we get to your next turn, it'll be a little bit higher. And it looks like it's starting to trend that way. It's about 2 feet off the ground now.
Yeah, we could definitely Matrix under that, but since we can't get that far.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I think I have a plan.
Good. And when we get to that in a couple of
Oh,
turns,
yeah.
we will address it. But right now, it is Paradil's turn to enact any plans he may have.
You got it, buddy.
All right, you little bitch. Here I come.
I forgot that I can dual wield my fucking longsword because
Yeah.
I'm like strong enough to like have the one-handed longsword and the scimitar as well. So I'm coming at it with dual +1s with Jamiroquai and Defunct. That's true, right? I can do.
Yeah,
that,
you have
correct?
you have so many weapons on you. You just pull out whichever ones are convenient for you.
Yeah.
honestly.
All right. Yeah, I'm coming at it. I'm gonna slash his little fucking dick off, his bonework dick,
Right into the
with
cockle.
Jamiroquai.
Oh my god.
Hope he's ready to have no more dick.
I'm curious, does Paradil have like armor like Boris's where you're pulling weapons out of pockets, or do you have like what looks like a one-man band contraption full of weapons? Like
No, I've just got like a really good like back work kind of thing.
a rack.
Yeah, I've got a rack.
It's all meticulously organized.
I
so
like
you
to
just-
I like to think that like the whip is on one hip, like the heavy crossbow is on the other hip, and then the 3 swords are just like
All
in
over.
an array on my
Yeah.
back, like with the handles sticking up. Jamiroquai is gonna do a little slash a lash. I'm gonna take this bonework dick right off this body. Here we go.
Mike perked right up on that one.
No, it's gross, Mike.
That's a 19 to hit
Okay.
and a 7 damage.
And 7 more damage.
That is a 30 to hit.
Yes, a
Whoa.
30 does the job.
I sure fucking hope so.
That was a 19 on the die. And that is a 7 damage.
7 damage.
got-
That's
That's
a
it?
magical. That is, of course, magical because you said it was plus
Magical
1.
slash.
Yep.
He's wearing a magical top hat, playing a magical guitar solo. This magical slash.
Is there a
Sounds-
magical Leopardon next to him?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what that is, but I'm just gonna say yes to sound smart. What are you talking about?
Charlie the Unicorn.
Oh, okay. I got 2 more attacks with
All right.
Jamiroquai. That is a 19 to hit.
A 19 matches.
That is a 6 damage.
All right.
That is another 19 to hit.
All right.
Oh, yes.
And it's kind of caught in the corner, but we'll call that a 12 damage.
Ooh, all right. It is bloodied. I mean, it already
I'm gonna-
was, but it's more bloody now.
I'm going to take my offhand attack with the Scimitar of War. +1 Defunct. And that's a 29 to hit.
Hell yeah.
And that is an 11 damage. Magical slashing.
11. Okay. All right. It takes those damage.
Hack slash, hack slash.
And I think. Wait, Dave, did that take his dick off?
Well,
I
Didn't
hate
really
that you
have-
asked that question.
didn't really have a dick per se.
That's a yes, baby.
There
That sounds like
wasn't,
a
and
yes
now
to
there
me.
isn't.
Yeah.
Dave, that sounds like a yes to me. My turn is done. My turn is over.
Some giblets are cut off the crotchular region. There.
Oh yeah, some bone giblets.
I hate this so much. Stop. He ended his turn. He ended his turn.
Your turn is over. I award you no points. May God have mercy on your soul.
This is a good game.
And we return. Let me tick off another. To the top of initiative.
We got 20 minutes left in the episode or so. All right.
Yep. Felix, we have returned to you.
I
What
had
are
an
you
idea.
doing?
I would like to command my ghouls to actually, about face essentially,
All right.
try to run up to this like bone creature
Okay.
and grapple it.
Fair enough.
How many are in range of being able to do that?
Let's say 2 are in range and 1 is just outside of range.
Okay, so I'm gonna have 2 at least make the attempt, and then the third will try to jump in, either if these fail or just as another one to grab.
Sounds
on
great.
If they succeed. Okay. So
Since
2
this thing
tra-
is way bigger than them, it's going to be a strength check.
we have to do essentially grapple checks individually for each creature. So
Okay.
let's resolve ghoul number 1.
All right. Already now,
Strength.
toss in ghoul number 1.
Okay. Not good. That's an 8.
All right. An 8 versus... Let's see. Now, is that saving throw or just a check?
It's an athletics. It's athletics versus athletics if you're choosing strength.
Okay.
So if the creature's stat doesn't have any bonus to athletics, then it's just a strength bonus.
Okay.
So like,
9.
oh fuck. All right.
4 on the die.
Number two.
All
is
right.
now attempting the grapple. It's a 10 on the die plus 1 is an 11.
23.
God damn it! All right. Well, they're going to keep trying, and then the other one's going to keep trying too. And in the meantime, I'm also going to fire 4 Eldritch Blasts at it and run.
All right.
Because I at least have one of those. So actually, hold on. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something first. I'm gonna move first so that I can position myself so that I'm running sort of diagonally, like towards where Boris like started going and like Quinn.
Sounds
And
good.
so that where I'm facing, like where I'm shooting the this what's it actually called, like a bone work
Cleaver
or some-
gaunt.
Cleaver gaunt. Okay, this little motherfucker. I want to position myself so that when I'm hitting it with the Eldritch Blasts, like when one of them pushes it, it's pushing it towards the tower, right, away from us and towards the tower. As best as I can. I mean, I can only move 25 feet and then do this, right? So like,
Sounds good.
but I'm gonna at least try to start moving in that direction and then fire 4. I need to. I don't know if I can hold this up. I'm gonna do my best not to disturb it. So what this is, all right, for everybody, it's all ones. It's 2 11s
Oh my
and 2
god.
and 2 nat 1s.
What?
So like every side of the dice is displaying a
Oh,
1.
no.
It's just that 2 of those dice have 2 1s on them, and so
Oh
like
no,
it's
no.
2.
No,
so
no,
11.
no,
so
no.
2 22s and 2 nat 1s.
All right.
Holy shit. That has never happened before.
Hmm.
That's fucked up.
Nor should it happen again.
I don't
All
ever
right.
want it to happen again.
Let's resolve our 22s first.
Sounds great. I love that for us. Straight up 10 for each, so 20 force damage. And
20 force damage.
One of those will push it 10 feet, and the other will reduce its movement speed by 10 feet.
Okay.
At the end of my next turn.
Sounds good. So it is pushed 10 feet closer to the tower,
Yep.
but that does
It
not
is.
take it outside of the spirit guardians or anything.
Wonderful.
It is
And
slightly diminished in its
I
movement.
think that's it, right? Like nothing else happened there, so we could just move on, and I can command my familiar now.
Yes.
And-
By this point, there's about a 5-foot space underneath the dome, by the way, as it is pulling
Okay.
up and away from the tower. Yes, you may command your familiar now.
Okay, good. Yeah, because nothing else happened that we have to address.
Well,
I can just go
yes,
ahead
we
and
do have
command-
to take care of those 2 1s. I have not forgotten. I just want to,
Oh.
build a little tension here. And,
Bitch.
you totally weren't being obvious at all there.
No, not at all. Right, because nothing else happened, and I'm just
Yes.
going to command Slim
Yeah.
to give Jarrell the help action by essentially distracting this Cleaver Gaunt a bit and giving Jarrell advantage on the next attack he makes against this thing, because I feel like if anyone is going to stay back and fight this thing, it will be Jarrell. So yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, and that's equally interesting. Okay, so we do have to take care of what happened with those 2 nat 1s. The first
sure
one
do.
is going to hit the ghoul that did not make it into grapple and
Okay.
obliterate it entirely.
Yeah, it's going to be dead.
The second one...
Oh, wait. They have 22 hit points. I'll roll damage against it.
All right, roll some damage then. Sure, whatever.
Nice. I rolled a 1 on that damage die too, but it's still +5, so it takes 6
All right,
and is pushed 10 feet away.
fine by
And
me.
has its movement and speed reduced by 10 feet.
Sure. We'll take those. The second one, however, hits the first bomb that was hit again.
Of course.
There's now a lot of sparks coming off of it.
I don't
It
like
looks distressed.
My goal here is to have the ghouls grapple this thing and pull it towards that bomb that is sparking and having issues. But, the grapple checks aren't working out right now.
Yeah. Got something for that, too. Got anything else, Felix?
No, that's it.
All right, fantastic.
Feel like I've done plenty.
Lord Southwind.
He's caught a cold in his short run. Okay, so I have been running away.
Yes, you're the smart one here.
Sure, but I also realize that I am the one that has to also, what's the word I want? Not be a coward. So
Oh no.
people are watching me. They're not actually watching me, but I think that they are.
Boris
So-
is making a run for it too.
I can't make a cowardly decision here. So when I notice that the what is it called? The cleaver something or other?
Cleaver
Gaunt.
Cleaver Gaunt. When I notice that this thing has risen, I pause. I look back and I make my way, almost like one of those like comical like whoop, like I'm turning around because I realize that things aren't done yet, right? So I kind of do like a little curve around, like, oh, just checking on this little dome thing. Oh, okay, it's still intact. All right, coming back.
Well, no, it's not though. It's raising up. You could get out.
Sure, I could. But what does that say about me then?
I'm just. Song.
Am I able to get to anybody or near anybody?
Well, you've made it a little ways away. Let's see. Quinn was maybe about...
Because Boris had passed me, hadn't she? But she's now past me and hasn't turned back yet, right?
Yeah, Boris made it just about to the edge of the dome. So Boris is slightly past you, but not
Right.
significantly so, because Boris was coming from a bit further away, too.
Sure. Trying to think, because I have not really used up any of my spells yet. I feel like we're getting to that point. I'm going to
Also,
wait.
aren't you hasted?
Yeah, I was just reminding myself of that because that's why I thought I could dash. Remember?
Yes, you
so
could
that's
have.
So I could have, but that's
You are
okay.
hasted.
That's all right. So I'm going to, because that lasts up to a minute, and it has not been a minute yet. Because I think you're counting down rounds anyway, aren't you?
I am counting down rounds towards something, yes.
What round are we in? 5?
Let's see. This is the 5th round, so at the end of this round, you will still be 30 seconds away from detonation,
Sure.
provided that nothing is tampered with any of the bombs and caused them to detonate earlier or differently.
Yeah, because nothing did that.
Nothing has happened to the bombs.
And no one here is responsible for that.
No. Absolutely not.
So
Not a soul.
So when I come back, I basically can get back to the same position I was initially in. And there's nobody around that spot, right?
Everyone was initially in. I mean, the Cleaver Gaunt's been pushed about 10 feet away. Jarrell is still in the middle. Paradil's still very near him. Felix is not. Boris is not. And you have reapproached that area.
Sure. Okay. I'm going to cast... we're going to see how this goes. Synaptic Static at the Cleaver Gaunt.
All right.
Just based on like the name of the spell. So basically, Quinn starts to like rub the chest of his like the robe that he's wearing. So he's just like rubbing it, and then
Rubbing his nipples.
He's creating static. He's creating static.
Correct. Thank you, Francesco. Okay.
Like rubbing your feet on a rug, you know.
Right. So he's just rubbing the fabric of his cloak, and then he snaps his fingers. And so now the Cleaver Gaunt must make an intelligence saving throw.
It doesn't seem too smart.
I know.
Probably not.
What's your DC, Mike?
19.
It's pretty good.
Well, better than it used to be because I bulked up my charisma.
Okay. And it obviously does not pass.
Ooh, that's exciting. Okay. So you now take 8d6 psychic damage. Let me find all my d6s.
It is resistant to psychic damage, so we'll count that in when we get there.
I thought I remembered it being resistant to psychic damage from last time we fought these things.
Not bad. 31, so he takes 16 psychic damage. 15, 16. It rounds up, right? 16 psychic damage.
It does now.
He also has muddled thoughts for a minute. During this time, it must roll a d6 and subtract the number rolled from all its attack rolls and ability checks, as well as its constitution saving throws, to maintain concentration. The target can make an intelligence saving throw only at the end of its turn, ending the effect.
All right, so run that by me one more time. It has to make a check to do anything.
So it has to make a check to attack, check ability, or a constitution saving throw. So all of the saving throws.
What it's saying is you roll a d6 and subtract that from any.
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh, hi. Okay, sounds good. Sorry, my brain's sort of mush, so the finer details.
Well, it's perfect because now he has muddled thoughts, so it connects to the DM's thoughts. Okay, great. So it's perfect. It's perfect. I'll try to be like cognizant of things and help you out with that. But his turn is next anyway, so by the end of his turn, he may be able to get out of it. But his entire next turn, he has to deal with this. That being said, I have haste. So I'm going to go ahead and how far away am I from him?
Let's see. You had gotten 30 feet away and then came 30 feet back, so you are back with the main group.
Okay, so I'm within 30 feet of him?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to beeline it right up to our friend.
Okay.
Oh my god. Just running right in, being brave.
Oh yeah, being brave. This is my moment!
We're all gonna blow up.
Right, yeah, pretty soon probably.
In 5 turns. We have 5 turns.
Or
maybe.
less.
That.
Or less.
But I believe that is the end of my turn because I'm not going to use a bardic inspiration.
You don't get an extra. You get an extra action.
Okay, so you
That was my extra action.
Oh,
Because I dashed and then
okay,
cast
okay.
and then I dashed.
Gotcha.
all right. So you cast, you dashed, and it is now you're right in front of it, and it is the enemy's turn.
Starting its turn in the Spirit Guardians. Also,
starting-
Fran's thing probably had to save against the Spirit Guardians, and I forgot about that.
Oh, right. It's trying to grapple it. Well,
So
Guess
both the
I'll-
undead things in the area.
I'll save with you, buddy. Let's see. I got 2 of them in the area. These are wisdom saves, and they both fail. They got 22 HP. They might be able to tank it.
Yeah, this time only a 17.
Okay. Then you all take 3d8 radiant damage, which is 11.
Okay.
All right.
So they're
Wait, all
they
of
are
us near him?
No,
Just the undead.
Just the
Uh-oh.
undead, because
Oh, good.
my things were not designated as safe from that spell when it was first cast, because I didn't have them then. So yeah, they are at half. They are both bloodied because they have 22 HP.
So, yep, it takes that damage, and otherwise we are into the turn. Now, we're going to make the cleaver attacks at, well, the only person in direct melee range, which is Quinn. Now, those are all going to be minus d6 on those attacks.
Correct.
Is it the same d6, or am I rolling a d6 with each of those?
It says you roll a d6 and then subtract it from those
Okay,
things.
whatever,
So,
So
I
a
don't know-
common.
Yeah.
All right, I will roll a common, or do you roll a common d6 then, Mike?
It's up to you. Whatever you want me to
I
do.
think it says. Hold on. I think it depends. I think it
it does say
rolls
they
that D6.
roll.
Yeah.
Is Quinn within 5 feet of me?
No.
Okay.
It was pushed 10 feet away from you, so Quinn is 10 feet away from you now.
Okay.
Yeah, during that time, it rolls a d6 and subtracts the number rolled from all of its attack rolls and ability checks. So it's one.
Okay.
It's
Right.
what you roll 1d6, and then that's the number that gets subtracted from all of that stuff.
Oh.
Yep, so I've rolled a d6, and
Interesting.
it is a 2.
Okay.
Okay,
So we'll
it's
be subtracting 2 from our attack rolls.
Mhm.
That's something.
Okay.
and
all
ability
right.
checks and con saves.
Yep.
For
So we'll
concentration.
just hold on to that 2. Let's see, first one is going to be a 26, which is a 24 against AC. Second one is going to be a 19, which becomes 17.
What kind of attacks are these? I'm sorry.
These are the cleaver attacks, which is a melee weapon attack
Okay.
with a 10-foot reach.
What's your AC now, Quinn?
Oh, it's not that high. 16, 18. With
18.
haste.
Okay, well, that was relevant. So the first one hits, the second one does not.
Sweet.
The third one is going to hit with an 18, 28, 26. And the fourth one is, let's see, that is 10 plus 10, that's 20, 19, 18. That, you said that matches?
Yep.
All right. So that's 3 then that get through. 2d12 plus 5 slashing. So the first one is 12 plus 6, that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 23, 13, that's 36. 2, that's 4, so 45 total slashing.
Ow.
Okay. So on one of those, I'm going to parry.
Okay, the first one was 23 damage. So.
I'm just going to subtract it from the whole thing. So
Okay.
so from 45,
Matter, yeah.
I'm taking away 6, so I take 39 damage.
Okay.
I just figured that was the easiest way to do it.
Hey, Jarrell, what's the radius of your Spirit Guardians?
15 feet.
15 feet. So just inside right now. Okay.
Yep.
Also, so there's me, 10 feet. It's 15 feet there, which puts another 15 feet past it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Wonderful. Okay. Good. Just doing a little bit of geographical math here because let's see. So we've done our attacks. We're going to do some innate spell casting, and with that innate spell casting, we're going to cast Misty Step.
How far is it away from me right now when it's casting that spell?
Let's see, Felix. You have moved pretty towards the edge of the bubble. Let's see. That is maybe about 110, 120 feet there. So I would say you were probably a good 80 feet away.
Fuck.
Quinn, does your
Okay.
Mage Slayer
All right,
only
never mind.
trigger when they attack with a spell?
The Mage Slayer is only when when they cast any spell.
He's
So
using
they,
a
Casting a
spell.
spell.
okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was reading something else. I forgot I had the Ioun Stone, so I was just checking on something with that too.
Well,
Yep.
he uses reaction.
I was gonna say I also
parry.
already used my reaction, so I can't do
Oh,
anything.
damn.
Yeah, and I
That would've been
cannot
useful.
react because
Yeah.
it's not within 60 feet of me. I was going to try to counterspell that, but I am
Yeah.
not within 60 feet.
It will be 50 feet away from you at the end of its Misty Step.
Yeah, we'll have already resolved the spell at that point, so...
Yep. It will then take its move and take another 20 past that towards you, Felix.
That's
Well,
fine.
really just kind of, also charging away from the tower.
Do
Five,
I
10.
get an attack of opportunity?
Well, it didn't move. It cast a spell to get out.
Right.
Yeah.
If you had that,
It literally disappeared and then reappeared 50
Gotcha.
feet away
Yep,
from
yep,
me.
yep. Sorry, I missed exactly what the spell was. That was my
Yeah, it was a
bad.
Misty Step.
Gotcha.
So it did that, then moved another 20 feet. So that's, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet away from Jarrell. Okay, good. All right, so we've done that. We've done our move. Any kind of actions, any bonus actions? That sounds good. That's the end of enemies now. And we are on to Jarrell.
okay. So now, where exactly is it in relation to the bombs?
So if you were
Further
facing
away.
the tower, the first bomb is maybe about 30 feet in front of you, and the others are 150 feet off to either side of that. The Cleaver Gaunt is 35 feet behind you.
So he's running in the opposite direction.
Yes.
Okay.
So towards Felix right now, away from the tower as well.
Okay. But like that's
wait,
like
yeah.
in a non-explosive direction.
Yes.
Okay. Jarrell is going to give chase. He's 35 feet away from me.
Yeah.
And actually, hold on, wait, Dave. Did you take into account the reduced movement speed when it was moving towards me after the Misty Step?
Yes. 20 feet instead of 30.
Okay, just making sure.
So my spirit guardians will catch up with it first. Right.
Mhm.
Yes. No, that still resolves on its turn, though, correct?
It is now
it's
entering the
entering
spell's
again. It's
area for the
re-entering.
first time on any turn.
Right. So then we take that check again, then?
Yeah. These things are so useful and stuff like this.
Mm-hmm. It's a floating aura of smash.
Yep, and that's 14.
Okay, so one hit from each St. Cuthbert, Joseph the Just, and my father. Do 18 radiant damage to the creature.
All right.
Is 5 feet enough for me to hit it with my sword, or is that out of reach?
I think melee range is considered 5 feet, but
Because it's 5 feet away from me right now.
yeah.
But I mean, can I hit it? Yes, you can.
Sure. Let's say it's within your
Can I
reach.
hit it?
Yeah, I can hit him. Okay. So if it's still alive, then I will strike it and make it alive no longer. I rolled a 3, but it's plus 15, so it's an 18.
Right. Remember, it's a 19 to hit this guy.
Okay, I was gonna say. I rolled another 3. Well, I'm gonna use Quinn's bardic inspiration on this one, and that's a D10 now.
D12. Because I'm 15 level.
Yeah. I can't not hit this thing right now. So that makes it a 26.
All right.
I'm just going to do my base level. I'm going to get 2d8 plus 2d10. That's 27 radiant damage and 11 slashing.
Okay. Just a quick question. Now, none of those things you do have a turn undead component in them, does it?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. That is sufficient damage to destroy the Cleaver Gaunt.
Okay. And he's going to turn to Felix and say, Felix, have your horrible monsters take the bomb further away.
Great idea.
Lord Jarrell, you have destroyed the Cleaver Gaunt. It is, for lack of a better term, cleft in twain by the Sword of Justice. As it falls apart, you are out of initiative, which now means it is, checks my watch, roughly 30 seconds till when you think the bombs will go off. And that's where we're going to end our episode tonight. If you like these awful things that I do, we can be found on the internet. We are on Facebook, so long as it continues to exist. We are on Instagram, so long as that continues to exist for those who are, Zuckerberg inclined. We're on Twitter for however many days it will continue. All of those places will take you to the crown jewel of our internet presence, our Discord server. We hope Discord stays a nice long time because that is really the best place to interact with us. And we would encourage you to come and join our Discord server and talk to us and, become part of our growing community.
Yeah, and hey, listen, if you...
Except
right, sorry. Except for
Jeff.
Except for you, Jeff. That's right.
Stay away from
Jeff,
our Discord
if you
channel.
join if you join this Discord server and start talking shit, just
I'm
know
mad. I'm
we're
gonna be mad.
waiting. We are ready for you. Also, if you don't use social media at all but still wanted to join our Discord server, there's actually a link in every episode description that has the invite to have you pop on in and join the conversation. You should do
Hey, that's pretty great. I should remember that for our future outros. But anyway, speaking of outros, if you really like us, you could leave us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice. Any reviews we get, they contribute to our visibility. People can see us a little better. It helps get us matched up with like-minded people, who are leaving the kind of reviews that you're leaving, who are picking up the kind of energy that you're putting down. Let us know.
Oh, yeah.
And now, should such a thing happen, we will find you with our special set of skills. We will read your comment out loud, and we will recognize you as the 5-star person that you are.
Shout out to the one person who gave us something that was below a 5-star rating on Spotify.
Hey.
Because we are now 4.9 stars on Spotify. So shout out to whomever did not give us a 5-star rating.
And that makes us
Dave's
more
dream.
legitimate. That makes
Dave's
us more
dream has
legitimate.
come true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to that one hater or that one person who was just kind of like,
He's not a hater.
Can we see that? Do we know what they
No.
gave us?
I
It
have
was some
zero
guy
analytics
named
when it
Jeff,
comes
for
to where the reviews or where the ratings come from, because it's only a rating, right? There's no review that's attached to it. So like,
Well, it's probably
I just-
fucking Jeff. Fuck you, Jeff.
Yeah, you know what? It probably was you, Jeff. Motherfucker. We'll find you.
Damn
I'm down for it because you know what? That means somebody was like, yeah, they're good, but they could be better. And that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
'cause, we could be better.
We could definitely be better, but whatever.
I know one person that can definitely stand to get better.
Yeah, we all know who that person is.
Jeff.
Jeff.
Missing something here, and it's glorious.
Yep.
Anyhow, since there's a hole in my knowledge, it's like a donut. Since donuts are superior, I want to keep it that way. Other things
Cool.
that are superior is your love for us. If you were to truly, really, really like us, if you did such a thing, you might donate to our Patreon, patreon.com/haplessheroes. We have a variety of reward tiers. Some of the cooler ones might get you into our Patron Lounge channel in our Discord, where we post with our pinkies up. It also gets you access to some outtakes and some, hot takes and some clips and, sort of a between two podcasts thing that they do and try to loop me in on at the end. It's pretty awesome as well.
Yeah, and I'll actually just offer a little blurb because I recently, quote unquote, restructured our reward tiers on Patreon. Not much changed, but the majority of the content, the bonus content that we create is literally the price of a cup of coffee every month. Like I put it all at the $5 tier. That gets you access to the Patron Lounge. That gets access to bloopers, the between two episodes content. The only things that would be at the higher tier currently, at least at the stage of ending this campaign, is like we have like the contents of James's notebook from episodes 1 through 100. We got all those like Hedrick songs that Phil just like recorded acapellas of, like I put that kind of stuff at a more $10. Who cares, right? But it's for to support the boys and the hard work and also crazy ramblings that they've done. But we try to keep it fair and just as a little small way of us saying thanks. Here's some extra stuff for you and for for supporting our show.
I haven't gotten free pizza in years.
Yeah, I guess it's it'll be time for a pizza party soon enough, I'd say.
We got free lunch on Saturday, John.
Oh yeah, that counts.
Yeah.
That counts.
Oh yeah, that counts.
All the
counts big
chips you
time.
choose to eat.
The lunch
I will
that I
be
forcibly ejected onto the side of the highway.
We will be releasing the video for that one chip challenge to the $5 tier. That's where most of our patrons are at, and I want to make sure all of you get a chance to see that because it was an experience. So yeah, keep your eyes open for that once that's edited down.
And if you like us right now, you like us, Sally Field, and the whole deal, get a busking permit for the metaverse and write a bunch of songs about how much our podcast rules in the metaverse. Bye.
Doable.
It's incredible. Anyway, the only thing I can do after something like that is outro our cast, and I will do so by starting with on my right with the fabulous Felix Fizzlebottom, played by Francesca.
No, my plans.
To his right, we have Lord Jarrell the Light, played by John.
Until next time.
To his right, we have Harold of Lincoln Woods, played by Zach.
So long.
To his right, we have Boris the Butcher, played by Nicole.
Keep running, Hector, until you hear a big boom.
And to her right, we have Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind, played by Mike.
I was not running away. I was running toward freedom.
And my name is Dave. I've been your host and Dungeon Master this evening. We will see you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So long. Bye-bye.